It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I wanted to come on here and just chat with you guys about some things that God has been talking to me about. For those who don't know me, my name is Shamika. Shamika who? Shamika, and I am here to create an atmosphere for you to change your thoughts, change your life. And today, if I had a topic, I guess it would be break it. Yeah, it would be break it. So this morning, y'all, I didn't feel like getting up and going to church. I'll just be honest. I was gonna do church on Zoom, and I was like, last time I did this, like had that feeling of not wanting to go. Something happened, so I was like, let me get up and let me go. And so I was going through my clothes, and I like shirts with words, and this one stood out to me this morning, and I really don't know. It's a something about faith. Allow faith or something like that. Walk by faith and not by sight. That's what it say. Walk by faith and not by sight. And it said on front and back. So it really stood out to me on today. And so I wore this right here with some heels, y'all know, something simple. And so anyway, I went in there, I heard the message or whatever, and it was just aligning to like my life. Like anytime you hear the word coming across the pulpit, you know that it's supposed to be a confirmation of what you and God has been talking about, things that you've been talking to God about throughout the week and stuff like that. So it's always a confirmation. I love when God confirms his word through the pulpit. But anyway, going back, or just been I don't know how long it's been, but since the last time, been getting some alignment in my life, and also working. And so lately, I've been thinking about me and how I handle certain situations in my life. I've been thinking about like how I'm triggered. I'm thinking about my boundaries. I'm thinking about my time. I'm thinking about the people that I missed, the people that was in my life, the reasons they was in my life. I'm thinking about my life in particular, how my upbringing was my eyelid. Feel like something in my eye. But sorry, I was eating. But yeah, I've been thinking about my life, my mindset, and I was wondering, like, it just seemed like there would be periods of nothing. And so I was wondering, like, why no matter how hard I be working and trying to come from a place, and end up I leave one place and come to another place, but that place seemed like either better or worse than the place that I was in before, if y'all understand that. And so I was trying to figure out like why I'm working so hard when I keep ending up in the same place. And as I began to talk to God about these things, he began to show me my blocks. He began to show me like my handicaps. He began to show me my weaknesses. And then he began to show me how or where my mind can be expanded. Or if I would have to make a topic, I will also name it Break It and Expand. That will be the name of that will be the name of this video. Break It and Expand. And so God has been showing me where I have become stagnant at, and where I have lacked faith at, and where I have doubted him. And I learned a few things that I have learned is, one, I am weak. I am weak, y'all. I'm not as strong as Shamika thought she could be, should be, want to be. I am weak. I am weak. And I think that I am, right now in this moment, I am glad to know that I am weak, because now I can take the heaviness off of me. I can take it off of me, and I can lay it down, and I can give it to God, and he'll be able to do whatever he needs to do with it. But I have to acknowledge to myself first that I am weak. We be trying to portray that we strong. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to do this. We got to build this block, build this block, build this. No, that is not, that's of the world. That's how the world intended us to be. When I was watching my mom, growing up watching her, I was like, oh, she's strong. And I think in my last video, I said that I admired her strength. I admire her strongness. But to me, that's my bent and twisted way, because I depended on that strength that I learned from her in me, and not allow God to be my strength. I allow him to be my backup person, but not my first person, not my strength. I was my first person. And so I have learned that I'm weak. I am weak, and it's okay with me being weak. It's okay for me to have this weakness and to lean on God. It is okay. And then number 2, I learned that limitations can live in our unconscious mind. You can be digging and working and tilling your ground. That's another thing he had talked to me about, like tilling your ground. Like, we can be tilling our ground, and nothing is being established. Like, nothing, you tilling the ground, but ain't nothing happening, ain't no fruits or nothing. And so you can be digging and working your ground and still not getting far because of the unconscious mind. I learned that the unconscious mind is like a hoarder. It's like a hoarder. It hoarders our feelings. It hoarders our thoughts. It hoarders our urges. It hoarders our memories that are outside of our conscious awareness. And these things that we have, these situations, these moments, these pains, these hurts, these abuse from the world that we have suppressed, that we have not talked about, that we have not acknowledged, that we have just swept under the rug. These things have suppressed us, or our behaviors, or controlled us, where our behaviors, we have to, my neighbors, where our behaviors, we have to act a certain type of way, or we have to be a certain type of way, because we have to survive. We have to survive. Okay. Yeah, my contact went dry. But anyway, we have these behaviors because we are still trying to survive. So I have behaviors now because I'm still trying to survive. Even though I'm not in those situations, I still have those certain type of behavior because I'm trying to survive. And then there's the anxieties of how we gonna we gonna control this situation, or how we gonna make this happen. The anxieties of what could or what could not happen, or the anxieties of not allowing this to happen again. I mean, like, so many things that our unconscious mind keeps and holds. And I was the type of person that kept all these things pressed down. I didn't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Didn't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. I'm just being honest. I didn't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. But I think there is talks that need to be talked about. Like, things that we keep pressed down while going through certain situations, like the things that I was going through when I witnessed my mama being abused. Certain things that I went through while being sexual abused, things that I went through while being bullied, things that I went through my marriage, things that I went through while being in a relationship before I was married. All those things, all those issues, all those pain, I just suppressed down and didn't even talk about it. And if I did talk about it, it was like 1 or 2 minutes, and I brush it off like it wasn't anything. I'm talking like it's just a normal thing. And it's not normal. It's not normal in the sight of God. It's not normal at all. But we normalize it. When we do talk about it, we normalize it to cope. That's a behavior mechanism, that's a survival behavior when we do things like that. But anyway, so again, it's just me. I've learned that God has showed me that that my limitation, the limitation of my life comes from the way that I've been thinking in my unconscious mind. And it's because I have not released. I should name this the release. Well, I said release, break it, release, and expand your mind. So I'm working. So say like I'm working, but I have not moved forward because I haven't dealt with the suppression of my feelings, my true feelings and my thoughts. So God has been showing me, y'all, that I have closed myself off to be limited, unintentionally, but I've closed myself off to be limited because of hurt and pain and just the tiredness of the journey itself. Like, going through so much pain and trauma after trauma after trauma, pain after pain after pain. I talked about this in the last video, pain after pain after pain, one of them videos. But the journey, you get tired, you get weary. A lot of people quit the journey because they can't take no more pain. I understand it because, oh my God, the Lord will not let me fail. He will not let me fail. And I say, okay, Lord, you have a purpose because you won't let me fail. Because I didn't try to fall purposely. You know what I'm saying? You get tired to the point where I got tired to the point to where I tried to fall purposely, but he would not allow me to fall at all. And he keep picking me up and putting me right in this position. So I'm here talking about what I'm talking about because of it. But he would not let me fail on this journey. Even when, like, I'm so tired of it. He's also shown me that there is life. He begins to show me these last couple of months that there's life outside of those limitations. There's life outside of those thoughts of pain. There's life outside of those thoughts of having to protect yourself, survival. It's thoughts outside of that. And that's the place that he wants me. That's the place that he wants you. That's the place of promise. That's the place where he wants us. The lesson that God is teaching is that we are very enriching. We are very we are very purposeful to him. He loves us. He wants us to know that he loves us. He wants us to know that the lesson that he teaches us are very enriching to life. If we get the lesson, we have to get the lesson. God has given us free will to do whatever we want to do. We can do whatever we want to do, however we want to do it, whenever we want to do it. We can do whatever we want to do, but at the same time, because he gave us this free will, it is in his heart that we choose him first. It is in his heart that we desire him more than we desire all these other things. So he give us free will, and we get to choose him or our heart desires. And so now our heart desires can range from money, shoes, clothes, pain. Like, I was thinking about hurt and pain, and how some people are used to hurt and pain, and without hurt and pain, and this is probably one of the reasons why I didn't want to let go of the hurt and pain. But people normalize they hurt and pain, and if they not hurted and then they not in pain, then they feel abnormal, which is really the opposite. But anyway, so now our heart range can range from money to people pleasing, to whatever, fame, fortune, whatever. And so, once we choose this particular thing or these particular things over God, there's consequences for them. Just like if you didn't listen to your parents when they told you to do A, B, and C, and you didn't do them, you got a whooping, you got on punishment. It's the same with God. They got that from God. They got consequences from God, because how else would they learn how to consequence their kids? God teaches them. So anyway, the lesson here is to release the toxins within yourself and to embrace his love. You embrace his love by receiving his love, and you receive his love by putting him first. And when pain does come, when trauma does come, when people come to do whatever to you out of love or out of spite, then we will know how to love in him. But we cannot keep going back to leaning to our own understanding on how we can't keep going back to the way that we cope with our pain. Like, for example, I cope with my pain. I just want to be alone. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I'm gonna suppress this. I'm gonna get over it. I'm big S. You know what I'm saying? I'm big S. I'm big Shamika. You know what I'm saying? I'm big Shamika. I got this. I can handle this. I'm strong like that. You know what I'm saying? And in all actuality, I'm not at all. And I can say, Lord, this really hurt me. I can now begin to, hallelujah, Jesus. I can now begin to allow my voice to be heard. And it don't have to be heard by that person. I could just go to God and say, Lord, this person hurt me. This is something I don't usually do. But I can say, God, God, this person hurt me. He hurt me. She hurt me to my core. It broke my heart. I put my trust. I put my love. I put everything into this person, and he hurt me, and she hurt me, and I don't know how to get up. And God will begin to get you up. You don't even have to do the work. If you allow God to do the work, then everything will align. But when you react in pain, you suppress it. You know, I'm going to tell y'all my story. I suppress it, and then I go out here and try to fix it, and then get into another messed up situation. I'm like, golly, man, what is wrong? Like, the what is wrong is I didn't give to God. And so I just wanted to come on here and encourage y'all as I encourage myself, you know, that 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, y'all know that's my favorite Bible verse. But that's an action. But in the action, how we do the work is important too. And we cannot just do the work by handling the situations by ourselves. We have to allow God to be God. We cannot be God. We cannot say that we are stronger than him. We little G. We ain't big G. I ain't big S. You know what I'm saying? That's Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit big S. So y'all, you know, just come on. I just come on here to give you an alignment word, and I pray that God speaks to you through this word as he's spoken to me, as he's been speaking to me. And I just bless y'all in the Lord. Amen. Bye. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted you to know that True Identity Foundation is a foundation that helps women, Christian women, who have suffered sexual abuse, heal through self-love and self-confidence, and live a victorious life. You could call 762-225-7005, or you can text. You can also reach me at www.trueidentityfoundation.org. What I do is I am a private identity coach. I coach women privately about what's in their heart. We get to a place to where we can discover or rediscover themselves. So if you would like to have a 30-minute free constellation, again, you could text or call me at 762-225-7005, or you can reach me at www.trueidentityfoundation.org. Thank you.